Srimat Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj was the 13th president of the Ramakrishna order, and as all of you know, he was a great orator, was in great demand, and he made many world tours preaching the message of Vedanta and Swamiji and Sri Ramakrishna and Sarada Devi. I first met him when I was a student, and that time only I listened to his lecture and I was charmed. But after a few years, when again he came to the same center of Chhattisgarh, that time it was in Madhya Pradesh, uh, I was a student and I had become a volunteer of the ashram by that time. So I was given the charge of serving him. So I was told to prepare some Bonvita for him. So he gave me all the instructions. How much hot should be water? What would be the proportion of milk? What would be how many spoons of sugar has to be added, and all that. And when there was a small mistake on one day, on a particular day, when I could not meet all the standards, he would scold me. And he would tell, each and every work is worship. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Perfection. There should be perfection in each and every work. He was a great perfectionist. He was a perfectionist to the core. So I learned this message of perfection from revered Ranganathanji Maharaj. Though it is a small incident, but in small matters, he used to watch and he used to point out that if you are not perfect in small matters, you will not be able to become perfect in big matters or big works also. Now, when I was posted to Ranchi, I had to go to Patna for some secretariat work. At that time, Ranchi was in Bihar. Jharkhand was not yet created. I'm talking about 1980, 1977. 77, I was posted. So 1977 to within 1977 to 80, something like that. So during that time, I used to go to, I was just a junior brahmachari, and yet I had to share very responsible work of getting the 150 acres of land back to Ranchi, for which I had to go frequently to Patna. Now, there in Patna, I met Dr. Kedarnath Labh. I was charmed by his story that how he got the vision of Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda told him to start a monthly in Hindi. And first of all, he did not take it seriously. But then for a few days, he was almost like becoming mad. He was becoming so much restless. And then he talked with his friends. Then all the friends, they just joked. They just told jokingly, in Bihar, even film magazines are not working, and you want to bring out a magazine on Swami Vivekananda, and that also a monthly magazine. Forget about it. But because he was becoming more and more restless, and as if he was feeling as if Swamiji was telling him to start a monthly. So he sat down and started writing the first editor of the first issue, and he got immediate peace of mind. So you can understand that was the thing that was giving him restlessness. So he just borrowed some money from here and there and brought out the first issue and came to Patna with a few issues and told the Swamiji in charge there at the time Patna that I have started a monthly in Hindi. And then he was scolded right and left. We in Ramakrishna Mission have not been able to start a monthly. At that time, Vivek Jyoti was also quarterly, which was brought out from Raipur. And one monthly that was Samanvay, that was brought out from 1927 to 37, had gone only for 10 years. It was stopped. And how dare you start a Hindi monthly, that too in Bihar? You should have asked us. He said, but I had no other alternative. And I was forced by Swami Vivekananda, as it were, to start a Hindi monthly. Anyway, whatever it is. So he gave, first of all, he gave it the name Vivek Shikha. So that Vivek Shikha had started, and he was telling me, why don't you help me? So I told our Swamiji in charge there in Ranchi, and then we had 36 Vivekanand clubs. So we paid from Ranchi Ashrama the subscription for these 36 youth clubs, so that the magazine goes there. Likewise, and then we told some devotees to become subscribers, and that way I was going helping. So when I went to Belumat, when I met revered Rangnathanji Maharaj, and I knew Rangnathanji Maharaj had a sort of, he was very much interested in spreading of the literature. In fact, whenever during his talks, he would always mention one or two books that you must read these books. And then that particular book which he would have mentioned in the lecture, all the copies would be sold off. And he would also inquire in the bookshop how many copies went. He would inquire. So he was so much, had a missionary zeal for spreading the literature of Swamiji, so much missionary zeal. I knew that. In fact, during 125th anniversary of Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary, the selection from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda was brought out at a very, very reduced price, subsidized price of rupees 10. Though earlier price was rupees 30, such a thick book was being sold at rupees 10. And Swami Rangnathanji Maharaj, during his lecture, he would tell the youngsters, please cancel 2 cinema tickets and purchase this book, and your whole life will be transformed. You know, that time cinema tickets would cost 5 rupees. So Maharaj had that characteristic style of telling, cancel 2 cinema tickets, purchase this book, and transform your life. So I knew his enthusiasm for spreading of the literature. So I approached him. Maharaj, one gentleman has started a Hindi monthly. So it would be nice if you could also help in spreading that, in increasing the circulation of that magazine. That's what I selected. I said, he is from Chhapra, Dr. Kedarnath Labh. He is a professor in Chhapra, and he has started the magazine. Now, at the time, as you know, Swamiji had to give lectures for hours together in a standing pose. So, in order to economize his energy, what he would do is that once he comes back to the place of residence, say for example Belumat, in his room when he would stay, he would not sit. He would lie down and give some rest to his legs. So he was in a lying posture. And I was telling all these things. And he immediately stood up. He got seated up. He was lying. He stood up. What? Chhapra? 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 Oh, birthplace of Latu Maharaj. You tell him immediately contact me. We will start a private ashrama in Chhapra. I was amazed at his missionary zeal, and I was amazed at his love for the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. As soon as he heard the word Chhapra, now I had gone to request him to increase the circulation of Vivek Shikha. I had never got any idea about that there could be a private ashrama or whatever it is. That idea was not at all there. And that idea was not at all there in Dr. Kedarnath Labh's mind also. But he immediately was so much enthusiastic. He just took up the idea. He told Dr. Kedarnath Labh to contact him. And when Dr. Kedarnath says, you see, you start the ashrama immediately. I'll give you all types of help, but there must be an ashrama in Chhapra. And not only that, he collected a lot of funds, immediately sent him, start a private ashrama. There was a private ashrama started. Now that fellow, he had to go for the college for his own work, plus he had to edit the Hindi monthly, and this added work came. Ulta Budli Ram. He added work came, but he did it cheerfully. But Rangnathanji Maharaj was there at his beck and call. Then he told the chief secretary of Bihar at the time, he had retired just recently, he told him to give a land, and a best possible land was given by the government on lease to Chhapra Ashrama. For that also, he told me to follow up the whole thing. Then I followed up the matter, and that land was ultimately handed over to that Ramakrishna Ashram Chhapra private center, and then he collected funds and then immediately sent, and within 1 year there was mouse quarter, there was a shrine, there was a bookstop, library, and all that. He was so quick, immediately he started. What I mean to say is that the missionary zeal of Swami Ranganathanji Maharaj for spreading the literature, and second, his love and devotion towards the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, that Latu Maharaj place, Chhapra, should have an ashrama, and for which he immediately swung into action as soon as he heard that there was a person in Chhapra who was a devotee. In fact, he was a disciple of Swami Bhuteshananji. He had taken Diksha from Bhuteshananji Maharaj, Dr. Kedarnath Lab. But in fact, for Chhapra Ashrama, Ranganathanji Maharaj did so much. He was always after him. Not only that, wherever I would meet Ranganathanji Maharaj, the first question would have, hey, what happened to Chhapra? How far it has come? Then I would have to get the report from Dr. Kedarnath Lab, since I was the first person to tell him about Chhapra and Kedarnath Lab. So he would always tell me how far the Chhapra work has gone. So look at his enthusiasm. At the age of 80 years, he was so enthusiastic like a young man. He was always wanting to work for the spreading of the literature, spreading of ideas of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, and he was so much enthusiastic about starting private ashrama in the place of a direct disciple called Chhapra. I was really bowed down to him for his enthusiasm. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.